Alright, so today we are going to be talking about this Overland vehicle right here. 2002 Honda CRV, four-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, real-time four-wheel drive, whatever you want to call it. All I know is it gets me everywhere that I need to go. Pretty simple build, but does the job very, very well. I go out for 3 to 4 days sometimes in this thing, completely self-efficient, and it gets the job done. So up front, we've got these holes here because we have a trans cooler back here. Definitely need a trans cooler in these things because they are prone to getting kind of hot. We're running an ATV winch, this 3,500 pound winch, and I've had it for 2 years, and it's gotten me out of many a thing. We also have the yellow pod lights down here on the bottom, and we've got the OEM style regular fog lights, and then we have the ditch lights up top. So at nighttime this thing is super bright. Definitely lights up the trails for what I need it for. For the bottom down here, we actually cut out the bumper support that was behind here and welded a steel like a 2x4 style beam that I mounted the winch on top of, and that holds perfect. It's done the job pretty nice. It's definitely got me out of any situation that I've been in. On the tires, we're running 275 15s. We're on a 1.5 inch lift with Bilstein struts and KYB springs. The ride on this thing is super nice, super comfortable. On the trails, it handles like a dream pretty much. Bilstein set up in the back with those KYB springs. For the gas tank, I've actually built a metal skid plate on there, which you can tell has been hit several times. I don't know why the gas tanks on these things hang so low, but that skid plate definitely does a good job protecting. Up top, we're rocking the Yakima box. That gets us all of our storage for all of our shovels, all of our traction boards, gas tanks, anything like that. On the back, we're rocking our trash bag back here, and we have a homemade style shower. Little air pressure valve up top. You push some pressure in there, you have good pressure back here. This holds about 4.5 gallons of water. It's just PVC tubing with some caps and stuff like that, built from Home Depot. On the inside, we've built like a wooden platform. Took out the back seats, built a wooden platform. You got some storage on the bottom for your boots and things like that. And it's running a like a foam mattress pad. I want to say it's like the size of a little bit bigger than like a twin size bed back here. Plenty of room. Inverter right here behind the seat, and this is my favorite part, which is the levitated like platform. There's tons of room for you to put your legs underneath there, lay sideways without hitting it or nothing like that, and you don't have to worry about moving all your luggage around and everything like that and being cluttered and everything like that in the back. So you got plenty of room. Got the little fan up top, which does its job pretty nicely. Down here in the corner, I've got these like mesh little covers that go over the windows, so you can roll your windows down at night and not have any bugs get in there. In the back, also one of my favorite parts, we have the Jeep table that falls down from the back. Built like a little metal plate right here that I was able to screw into the frame. Mounted it to that. This side, the screws are long enough just to go into the frame. Mounted it back there for that. This is like a battery jump box, first aid kit, air pressure gauge. So up top, we're running our refrigerator over here. We have what I call like my little pantry bag right here. This has a burner inside of it with some iron skillets, iron like little pan thing, and then anything right there that I need to cook with. Really only run a couple different seasonings on my food, so I don't need like a whole bunch of seasonings, things like that. Keep water, that way I can heat it up for my hot cocoa and stuff. And my stovetop burner actually fits right here, so I do all my cooking just right here on the back side. I also have a Jackery box over here, so whenever I shut off my power, it runs my refrigerator, charges my phone. This can get me like 2 days without actually having to turn on the vehicle to charge it, and it keeps everything running like it should. Fire extinguisher plus a tracker in the back, so that way if I get lost or anything like that, my wife knows where I'm at. And then to access the table on the bottom, super easy. You don't have to move a lot of stuff, you don't have to take a lot of stuff out. Just simply push the mattress forward, full access back here. We got a come along back here. We have a bunch of straps, tables, chairs. We've got like a hammock, and then a come along. Or I've already said come along, but that way I can winch myself from the back side. Mattress just folds right back down. Sleeping bag goes right over. Full sleeping access back there. So when you're overlanding, I used to take a bunch of stuff with me, and that's whenever I wouldn't use half of it. So I was able to just go so many times, I would realize what I actually need. And in reality, just these 3 little setups right here is all you need when you really go overlanding. You're not out doing like a whole bunch of cooking with a bunch of different seasonings and all sorts of other stuff over here. Grab you a couple good seasonings that you like, and you're good to go. Put that back up. The back, we have a nice little hitch set up. Nice little pull spot from right here. I've pulled cars out of ditches with this thing. I've had to hook up to it from the back and come along myself out of little ditches or creeks with that as well. And by doing this setup, you keep it nice and empty up here, so you keep it nice and roomy. Look how much room you've got back there. Like, you're not cluttered, you're not sitting way up here, so that way you only got so much headroom. I can comfortably sit back here, I can change my clothes, I can comfortably sit up, look outside, do anything that I want. So nice. For switches, we got the regular fog lights right here, the OEM style. We got our winch set up right there. Yellow fogs, and then my pod lights right there. So pretty clean setup up here. But that's really it. I mean, you don't need a ton of stuff to make this thing be able to go out for a couple of days. It's pretty simple setup, not too expensive. I would say the most expensive part was the suspension, because that's what I wanted to make sure I have a comfortable ride and I can get in and out of places. So suspension wise, I think I have about 600 bucks. For the platforms in the back, I'm at about like 150 bucks for those. So not that bad. And then you get to keep a bunch of room. So if I slide this forward, slide that, air compressor right there. Still tons of room on the storage for it. This thing still slides all the way back. Goes all the way back, and it's not cluttered. One thing I don't like is I don't like clutter, and I don't like being so high up in the air to where you can't even lift your head really. I see some people, they build like a platform way up here and you gotta like crawl into the back of the car to get it. I don't know. I feel this right here works way better than any of those situations. But that's pretty much it for this setup. Like I said, I can go out for 3, sometimes 4 days comfortably in this thing with me and my dog and do some good camping, do some good exploring. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comment. And if you have any ideas or anything like that, I love hearing them. And if you want to see a little more, just let me know.